Yo, welcome to the Full Charge Power Hour. This is just how I like it. Craig Coleman, Brian Irwin, Brian got the dope fucking outfit today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry because I just told you we're not making fun of you, and I'm still not making fun of you. You look fucking great.
So should I have? I actually have, and I've never worn it. I bought it and I never wore it. I have a whole you're saying for those who are not watching, it's a blue. I have a blue hat. It's a Brooklyn Dodgers hat, and I have a sweatshirt.
You look like
that
you
has
could be,
that same like I'm a warm-up coach.
Or like a third base coach.
Yeah. But I don't have the sweatpants, but I do have that set at home.
Yeah.
It's too when I got it, but I never wore it because I didn't want to. It's at my age. It's Mr. Furley. For those that don't understand that reference, it's like I look like the landlord, that with the flip flops and the and the sweatsuit that's coming to get your, what wouldn't be $550 now? It'd be like 5,500.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, thanks guys. I feel good now.
One day I would like to see that, just randomly.
The full.
Yeah.
Go full, dude.
Yeah.
You should, in fact, have several. One in green, one in red.
Let's not get carried away.
Come on, dog. It's your new look.
Patreon.com/The Full Charge. And I'm going to be in San Diego December 30th, New Year's Eve. Details at thefullcharge.com.
New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve.
All right,
Which
cool.
reminds me, me and my friend Randy, friend of the show, has been on the old show a million times.
Hilarious.
So 1999 going into 2000, we had on New Year's Eve,
All right.
December 31st, we had a New Year's Eve day party.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, everyone came over to our apartment about 1 p.m.
Oof.
and we raged.
Lit it up.
Just based on the concept, New Year's Eve day party.
Okay.
And then we actually had the energy to go to the club and hang out, and I don't even want to say what we did, but it was tons of fun.
Man.
I want to run for office someday.
Right.
Like it fucking matters anymore.
No, I was going to say, what are you talking about? If anything, it helps you. Are you out of your mind?
This guy did ecstasy in 2000 with a stripper.
Yeah, I had a coke problem, whatever.
So obviously, this is the first one that we've done post-election. We did a bunch before the election, and we said a lot of stuff that was in the can. So what are you doing?
So as far as I already put out one episode, so I'll just explain it to the audience. Like, I was very optimistic that Kamala Harris would win, and I'm not embarrassed. Like, I'm not trying to save face like I was wrong.
No,
but it just sounds so sad to hear the optimism and the fun and the levity of thinking that Darth Vader wasn't going to get elected.
Right.
Instead, I was thinking a competent adult professional was going to get elected, and I was happy about that. And now it just doesn't even apply to reality anymore.
No, the empire took over everything, bro.
So it's just so the last two episodes, if you listen to this, episode 28 and 29, I've edited out parts where there's just optimism about it, because I'm not really embarrassed about it, but it is sad to me to have a portal into that kind of hope and that kind of optimism,
right?
Which I don't have it anymore. Not to say I'm defeated. Interesting happened this time around, and I don't know if you guys experienced it. I know you experienced it, but instead of it was devastating, and I went through all the stages of grief, and now I'm to a point where I'm like, you fuckers want it? You fuckers got it. Have fun dealing with your kids, getting their school taken away, getting your health insurance taken away, getting your grandmother deported. They told you all the shit they were going to do, and now we all have to live with it. We've been very upfront with ourselves about what it meant.
Right.
And then all these people are scrambling. There's big Google searches. Can I change my vote? What is a tariff? Like, these Google searches are way up because people have buyer's remorse already. And I'm just like, enjoy it, fuckers.
Let it
the
burn.
world is burning down. There's nothing I can do about it. Last time it happened, it was like, this was a fluke. We've got to fight this. We got to get on. They told us for years, this is the end of democracy if Trump gets elected. And then the night he gets elected, they're like, so in the midterms, it's like, there's no fucking midterms.
Yeah.
They said what they're going to do. They're going to put yes men in charge of the election.
Yes.
And it's just fucking over. And I don't know. I find that like incredibly scary, but I don't know. It's a different attitude. Discuss.
Why, in hindsight, because I turned it off pretty early on election night, because all of a sudden I had that Memento. Was it Memento? Is that the movie Memento?
Yeah.
Oh, Memento.
Yeah.
Momentum. I worked on that. That was a independent film in the early 2000s, and that was not
the same.
Anyway, so
Memento is a movie about a guy who has no memory and has to tattoo information to himself about the day before
So
on
you
his
can
body.
remember.
and build and rebuild everything, like, you know, and that's kind of what I felt like was starting to happen. All of a sudden I was getting all these flashes, all these signs that I was not paying attention to
Yeah.
leading up to it, all came in, and I was like, oh no, this was it was headed this way, and I wasn't paying
It
attention.
was like The Usual
Yeah.
Suspects.
Yes, yeah,
You're like
I
Barbershop
didn't- right,
Quartet,
that's
Skokie,
better.
Illinois.
Yeah,
like,
better analogy.
Like it all just makes sense all at once.
And all it is, at the end of the day, because I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it. I've never liked Donald Trump as a person.
Yeah.
Personally, we know people that love him.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, all it was and what he stands for is fuck you
Yeah.
to the other side. That's it. The people below him are the ones you're talking about, the policymakers and stuff like
Yeah.
that. We're talking about two different things.
Right.
He represents the fuck you.
Yeah.
Right? It's the people below that are coming with that
Yeah.
are going to do all those things.
Yeah,
that you're
he's a
talking
management
about.
type guy. He's not going to do the fucking show up at the
He doesn't
office
care
and do a bunch
about
of
that
work.
stuff.
I'll do you
He
one
can
better.
Give a shit less.
I'll do you one better. He doesn't understand how it works.
And there's
like
that.
he doesn't even understand how the U.S. government works.
Yeah, and then there's that. He's just like, oh, you want to be in charge of tearing down the school shit? Yeah. That's all you, buddy. You're gonna get rid of the Mexicans? Fuck yeah.
So-
Have at it.
That's really, I think, where we're at, and that's the reckoning, is that people voted fuck you. That's what they voted.
Yeah.
I think there's
Whatever we stand for, they said fuck you, Matt, fuck you,
Yeah.
Craig. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's
I
how they
know.
went.
I know, but and then what I'm saying on top of that is all we wanted was to hook you up. And you said fuck you to us while we were trying to hook you up with school and health insurance.
Right.
And you said fuck you. So you really said fuck me. I mean, but yeah, that's the sentiment. I also think there's an entertainment value to it. Like people think it's a wrestling match and people don't understand what it means to have someone like that.
Yeah, they treat it like it's football game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's two football teams. And you know what? Whatever. If that's how you feel, your taxes are gonna fucking go up.
Now, I will say,
unless you're uber rich already.
Yeah.
But and I'll say this: the Democrats have zero fucking balls, zero fucking balls, and
What could
that's
they
why
do?
they always lose.
What could they do?
They could have done a lot of things.
Go
So
ahead.
whenever they are in charge,
Yeah.
whenever they have the fucking ball, they have the House and the Senate and the presidency.
Yeah.
They still want to make friends with the fucking bully because
Yeah.
they have zero balls, and they don't want to upset things. No, we don't want to mess up things with the insurance companies. It's like, yeah, dude, do it. Because now these guys, they're going to get their wet fucking dream. So when Republicans are in charge, they just do shit.
Yeah.
They get their shit done, and they all step in fucking line.
Yeah.
They're not like, oh, but what about the Palestinians? Hey, I get it, dude. That's a travesty.
Yeah.
But you think we're going to stop fucking Israel? No, we're not. They're going to do whatever the fuck they want. That's their shit. They've been fighting that fight since fucking they nailed Jesus on a goddamn cross. So, what, I'm going to over here cry about that? No, talk about goddamn gas prices. Do the fucking tax breaks for, get rid of tax on fucking overtime. Shit that I want.
Yeah.
Shit that regular fucking people want. You're talking about, oh, they, them, and just get in there and make those laws. You don't have to always talk about, we're going to help one little faction of society.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, but there are people too that want to come into this country. And it's just like, dude, Americans want to hear you say like, no, I want shit to happen for Americans.
Right.
Fuck everybody else. Even if that's not your plan.
Sure.
Once you get the goddamn ball, drive that shit home. And then just throw in a bunch of other fucking laws to protect the little shit that you want.
Yeah.
I think the thing that was interesting to me about the whole thing was that how many people sat it out.
Yeah,
That's wild.
Like
right?
you go and a lot of the things that I vote for don't have any impact on me at all. I'm voting on behalf of other people because
Right.
I realize quality of life.
Right.
Ultimately, if people have a better quality of life, that can have an effect on me. It's cause and effect. That's how I vote. A lot of people would say that's a stupid way to do it. You should always think about yourself first. But I didn't. And so my biggest disappointment was like, wait a minute, motherfuckers. I went to the polls for you, and you just fucking sat this out?
Yeah.
no, it
You
sucks.
fucking
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah.
And
Fuck
now,
'em.
and I know that there's this big backlash against people like myself that once it happened, I was like, well, if this is what you want, go ahead and have it. And they're like, oh, so now you're going to be apathetic about everything? I'm like, well, I have no control over anything. I'm done.
It's
not that I'm completely
it's
tapping
not
out.
apathy. You're still going to vote.
Yeah, but
whether it means anything or not.
But I'm not going to go on the streets.
I'm not.
I'm not doing protests.
No, that's what I'm
not
saying.
doing any of
That's
that
what I'm
stuff.
saying.
I'm not getting online and arguing with people.
Yep.
I'm like, if this is what you want, I'm out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, instead of, maybe I didn't see it properly, instead of getting online and whining and fight, it's like, it's over. Like, and they're organizing
over.
these protests. It's like, the protest was the vote, folks.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
day. That was the moment.
Yeah.
It's over. If you get online and complain, you're almost only just like making them happy. You just got to like just fucking
Yeah,
chill
seriously.
and fight when it's time to fight.
Yeah.
And right now, we just fought.
Yeah.
Last week, that was the fight.
God.
I don't know, man. I just be careful about getting too emotionally invested in it. You got to see how much of it's rhetoric,
Yeah.
how much actually happens. But just be careful how caught up you get in it, because a lot of it may end up becoming rhetoric, or it won't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, because if it only ends up being rhetoric, then all you're doing is just stressing yourself out on a
That's
daily
what I'm
basis.
saying. I'm not going down every little rabbit hole on this one.
No.
Like, before all this madness started, I read something great that was like, don't even watch the news. It doesn't affect your day to day,
No.
and it only makes you upset.
Yes.
Then when all this started happening, I also thought I was getting a job where I was going to be writing like a news parody show. So I started watching like right when this happened, and I got like totally hooked on it. And now it's just like, all right, you guys do your thing. I can't check in every day
Yeah.
because there's nothing I can do about it right now. You know?
Yeah, no, I agree. Again, I don't want to. I want to be happy.
Me too.
I want to do podcasts and have fun and laugh. Because I tricked myself the last time. There was a short period of time where I was like, wow, what's the point?
I remember.
And I was like, why? What am I doing?
Were you publicly? What's the point?
No, like I quit a podcast because I was so like, what's the
Oh,
point?
yeah, we did that too.
And it was just, and then I realized, and now we're all back.
Hence episode 30. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
We
it's
had
like-
to break it to mend it.
But you
know?
realize that I'm not putting this importance on us. I'm putting it in general on entertainment.
Yeah.
If you can do it and you can do it well, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of other people pouting and doing all the bullshit
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
right? There's plenty of trolls. We don't need any more trolls.
No, you don't want
Right?
to invite the trolls either, you know?
No.
No, my kid keeps coming out of her room and she'll be like, hey, put so-and-so in charge of da-da-da. And I'm all, hey, pump the brakes, dude. It's going to be a long 4 years,
Yeah.
if not 8.
Just assume they're going to do all the shit they said.
Yeah.
And then when they, just logistically, they won't be able to, and you'll be happy. You'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, they could have done a lot worse.
My kid's worried about losing her Pell Grant. So college is paid for.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not now.
Right.
So that sucks.
No, that's murder.
My wife and sister both work in the school system. So
Yeah, no, it's bad.
it's all bad. All that shit's bad. And I'm
But like-
well,
but like
we'll
he
cross
says-
that bridge when we
But like
come
he
to
says,
it.
you have to wait and see, because even though, and we should get off the subject. But
Fucking A.
even though, like, okay, we're going to take away the Board of Education, and even though they have like the House and the Senate and even the Supreme Court, like, are people really going to put up with that? Like, your kid doesn't go to school. Like, people are going to have a really hard time with that. How much power do the
Right.
people have right now? We'll find out.
Yeah.
They kind of just
Right.
got rid of their power, but we'll see how it goes.
Right.
You know?
Right.
There, we got it out of our system. Now it just doesn't have to be, some people are going to just bitch and bitch and bitch for the next couple
No.
years and forget that their job is to entertain. It's like, don't fall for it,
No, we've been through this before, and now we know better, I feel like.
Yeah.
Fight when it's time to fight. And in the meantime, The point is to agitate you. The point is to make you upset. So don't bother with getting upset.
That's right.
Because you're just going to get upset about something else the next day.
I totally agree.
You know?
So I think this is a good time to, Aaron, if you could now bring up Tony Hinchcliffe, our first guest today. The guy who went from being canceled to probably making millions more dollars.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
literally overnight.
I already knew
He's
that.
set.
I already knew that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the one thing about comedy. You can fucking cancel this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Comedians are like, yeah, is there a mic over there? Yeah, I'm going to go get on it.
Well, yeah, there's no
Let's see who
canceling.
shows
There's
up.
no canceling anymore.
No.
It's like, it's just promotion now.
I mean, anything else? Yeah. They're like, sure, we won't put you on TV. But stand-up comedy? Good fucking luck, motherfucker.
Well, yeah, because, you know, for someone as big as Louis C.K., it was bad. And it was right during when the Me Too movement hit.
Right.
You take someone like Shane Gillis, he got fired from Saturday Night Live. It made him famous enough to host Saturday Night
That
Live.
motherfucker's bigger than ever.
Right?
Dude.
He wouldn't be. He
wouldn't be as big.
He wouldn't be as big. He wouldn't have been in the news.
Yeah.
He would just been another really funny comic on the East Coast.
Exactly. And he's like my favorite guy, I'll be honest.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And how'd you find out about him?
Right. The cancellation. And I go, well, why would they cancel this dude? And I started watching him. I go, oh, this dude's funny. That's all. Cancel him all you want. He's going to fail upwards, bro.
The cancel is the reboot.
Yeah. That's too funny.
I finally did the tour, the New Orleans tour.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Walk us through it.
Well, I don't know if you know, I was going down to New Orleans to do a show. I was going to open for Felipe Esparza.
Yeah.
And all my in-laws were showing up. In other words, my wife's sisters and a friend of hers and my brother-in-law or brothers-in-law, doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying.
Both sounds good.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of anxiety that goes with that. A lot of nervousness that goes with that, because the show is lightning in a bottle.
I wouldn't
and
want it.
I got a great average, but you know, there's shows that bring the average down.
Right.
And you don't want anybody to see them.
Yeah.
But it actually was, for this specific thing, it was kind of, I don't want to say good, but it worked in my favor that I was still going through my stages of grief from the election.
Sure.
Where I was like sick to my stomach and not really being able to eat and trying to wrap my head around the reality.
Sure.
And every 5 seconds me going, oh, reality. Oh, it hurts so bad. That when I saw them, I was so happy to see family, because I had been just in my apartment alone because my wife went down early. That I was so happy to see her, so happy to see family.
Oh, okay.
That it was actually kind of nice. And then the show starts and the reality of New Orleans just instantly hits, which is these guys just shout at the entertainment. They show up late and they shout. There was 2 comics ahead of me, and the second comic got off and he goes, God damn, they were fucking rowdy, you know? And I kind of knew that going in. So I just steamrolled through people shouting at me.
What do they shout?
Whatever comes into their little dumb minds. They just shouted at you. And I kind of was like ready for that. I was prepared for that. Because I've done shows in New Orleans. And
so it's always like that.
I headlined a show where people were screaming at me. There was a second line. There was a party going on in the next room that was like tons of music. And then out on the street behind me, this is another show. This isn't that last week.
I was going to say, but this
and then
is
out on the
Felipe.
street, they're doing a fucking second line with a live band with the tuba and everything. And so there's just all this bullshit going on in New Orleans because they're a music town and they're a party town.
Sure.
And so I knew what it was going to be like going in, and I did relatively well. In other words, with family there, it's pass fail. It's like either you embarrassed yourself or you didn't, and I didn't embarrass myself.
All right.
Got tons of laughs. And then we're at a bar across the street afterwards. And this is my point. This guy sitting next to us goes, hey, I was the one that shouted Wonder Bread. And I'm like, I don't remember you shouting your thing.
Yeah.
And he goes, remember you did that joke about cocaine? And I go, wasn't me. I don't do a joke like that. You know how the audience gets confused too?
Sure,
they don't know.
Sure.
But he wanted me to acknowledge that he had like a good tag for my joke or something. And I wouldn't give it to him. I was just like, I don't remember that. I didn't hear
I
it.
want to drown you in shallow water, dude.
And then this dude, goes, that's funny. I never heard that before. This dude goes, he goes, yeah, I've been living at this hotel for a month. And I go, that's great. And I just like started my wife. You guys know what I'm talking about. When people want to be like, hey, I'm really interested.
Yeah,
and
dude.
you're just like, who gives a fuck?
Are you still fucking talking to me, dude?
Yeah. He wanted to get this whole conversation going.
Jesus.
I've been living at this hotel for a month.
Great.
Do I really want to talk to you then? If you are in some kind of shambles
You're like,
where you're just living in a hotel for a month?
you're like, look, your wife kicked you out, and I want to kick you out of this conversation.
Right. Even on TV shows like Entourage and Sopranos, when the main characters are staying at a hotel, he fucked up.
He fucked up.
He fucked up somehow.
That's right.
You're a fuck up.
That's right.
I don't want to talk to
you. Absolutely.
And then he was like, there's no program for the show. How do I find out who all the comedians are? I'm like, I don't know, man.
Program for the show. It's not a play, dude.
That's what I said. I go, it's not a Broadway play. And I'm not giving you my information because I don't want to know you.
Yeah. Act 1.
No, he'll be that person that's always trying to make the funny comment to whatever joke you made. Like you're like, we're not. This is not upsmanship here. We don't need.
I'm just gonna block you anyway. So now I'm blocking you in real life.
Yeah.
That reminds me.
Get ahead of the curve.
But I just want to say, I want to get to that in a second. But I went to Florida after the next day, and Florida was just like so
easy
compared to, and Florida has the reputation.
Did you ask your family to come along just so they could see for sure?
Yes,
that you are good at what you do?
I did. I said, come along. There's a much better show. No, I thought Florida was gonna be a shit show too. Florida, fucking right there.
Right.
Laughed at all the jokes.
Well, they were feeling good.
I did change one joke about like the Capitol riots, and I go, oh, I think we're calling them the Freedom Rallies now. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say it reminded me of this location manager. Me and him worked this particularly hard house to work at. The homeowner is just a total pain in the ass. And I had a laundry list after they left of bullshit that this family, whenever I've worked there, they're like, Craig, I can't find my glasses. You know, and I'm like, okay. Like you're my kid, you know. Did you look? Did you fucking look? And it's always like, yeah, so that's why on Tuesday when I called you and I said, so since 80 people are coming into your house and we're going to move shit around, why don't you grab your important stuff and, you know, put it in your asshole or somewhere where you can find it. That way you're not fucking calling me looking for random items. Yeah. Right? And I told locations about all the stuff they complained about. Like, they left the doors open. There's mosquitoes.
Oh, my God.
All right. Call the bug guy. $80. I already know. I've been to this house. I tell him on day one, I'm going to go, here's 3 things you're going to have to do at the end. And that's one of them. And I give him this laundry list of stuff to do, and he just goes, I hate people, Craig. Just that defeated.
There's nothing worse than working in the people business and hating people.
And hating people at the same time. Yeah. Because you're smiling and nodding to people and you're like, no problem. Well, no problem. Again, I want to drown you in shallow water, but no problem.
We all showed up with the best attitude.
That's right.
Excited to have the job.
That's right.
And just got worn the fuck down.
Got worn down.
It's got worn down by people. It's the it's the redundancy of it.
Right.
That drives you insane. It's like Chinese water torture. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It just keeps happening over and over and over again.
Like, I want to win the lottery, but then still show up to work so I could do something like, here, what's this? Oh, that's a dildo, so you can go fuck yourself.
The fantasy.
The
tell-off fantasy.
Yeah,
oh, and here's also my lawyer's business card. We'll you can settle that out real quick. Don't worry about it.
I insulted you too much.
Yeah. All right, well, we can go to Wendell soon unless anybody wants to talk about something.
No, I'll wait until Wendell comes. I got a gift for you.
Okay.
Nice.
But I'll wait until you bring Wendell on for that.
I had you might enjoy this. So I did a homecoming event.
Yeah.
And, you know, a bunch of high school kids. They all left. And one kid, they search all your shit, right? And it's worse than getting on an airplane. They just throw everything away.
So when the kids come in.
Yeah. They go through
all their stuff
and just throw everything away.
Right.
Almost you can bring almost nothing inside.
That's what it's like to go to high school nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. And so this kid comes back and he goes, oh, hey, I need to go in here and look through that trash real quick. He goes, because I left something inside of my Altoid case. And I go, I'm guessing it's not Altoids. And me and the security started laughing. He just looked at me and I go, it's cool, kid.
Yeah.
I go, if I find it, I'll do your Coke. Don't worry about it. Go for it.
Did you let him in the garbage?
Absolutely.
This is after the fact. He was leaving.
This is after the fact. Yeah, that kid wanted to get laid, and whatever was in that Altoids was probably going to help that
good.
situation.
So you let him take his roofies back.
Nah, he couldn't find it.
Okay.
He just goes, I can't find it. I go, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll look for it.
He's like, I guess I just have to not use a condom.
Right.
Did you
guess I'm starting a family.
Looks like I'm having a baby.
Do you want to rifle through a little bit to see what you can score?
No, because I'm pretty sure there's nothing in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is, at that point where you're digging through trash to find a random miscellaneous drug, you have to have a conversation with yourself.
Yeah. Right.
Right? So you can go easy breezy and be like, I'm not addicted to weed.
Right.
But once you're in the trash can,
you're addicted.
However, I will say that when you work in production and events, they're long days, and you can slowly lose your mind out of boredom of what you're doing. And so sometimes you can have temporary insanity.
For sure.
Oh, dude.
Absolutely.
Because there's sleep deprivation with those jobs, too.
Yeah.
And so I lost my mind like crazy just being in the Herald Examiner with that breathing that air, whatever the hell.
Or just the hum. Right,
yeah.
Whether it's the big lights or the Jenny hum, all of a sudden your mind connects to it, and then you're connected to it, and you're just out.
You're
lock
done. In like fucking Tron. Just never seen that movie. I'm assuming I'm right.
Yeah, no, I just it's different Union Station because there is insanity happening. There's always some shirtless dude yelling at a trash can.
Right? Yeah,
So it's that balance of.
There's so much madness at Union Station.
There is so
much
madness.
So much went into making that beautiful place, and they're not even thinking about the horror show that's going to be there in 100 years.
Right.
They're just not thinking
Not at
about
all.
it.
They had no idea about the future. Like this weekend I did this is crazy, a fairy ball.
Okay.
So it's a ball.
Yeah.
But they all dress like with elf ears and shit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah, fairy ball.
Adults.
Oh, grown ass. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, they were like, oh, what do you think of this? I go, this is the best goddamn thing I'm going to do all year.
It probably was.
I got somebody's dumbass wedding next weekend. I go, this is fantastic.
They're probably way more interesting.
Yeah. Oh, way 100%. So
and you get to pretend like you live on Middle Earth for like a night.
Exactly. Exactly. So you got the ambulance shows up because someone's stroking out in the waiting room. Somebody at the ball comes running out from behind, and they're like, the ears didn't show up. What? Mike forgot the elf ears. And they're like, God damn it. And I'm just like, wow, this is kind of writing itself.
It's just a regular ball.
Yeah, I'm like, how's this not a show? Now it's just a ball. Yeah. No ears.
Dude, I mean, that's
Mike
like...
forgot the ears.
That's so important. You think, like, this is so important. You think you double check.
Right.
Or at least go back and get them.
Don't forget the elf ears, dude.
You got to go back. Mike's got to go back.
Yeah.
Mike had one thing to do.
Yeah, you could show up in a T-shirt, but by God, you better have those ears on. So that at any point when they needed something from me, like this guy comes up wearing this little embroidered prince, like he's a prince from the Lord of the Rings. Right. This little jacket, pointy ears, and a little elf crown. And he goes, oh, excuse me. Is this the VIP or the general admission line? And I'm just looking at him like, this is so weird. It's both.
First of all, it's VIF, very important fairies.
Very important fairies. Like, what's going on right now? I'm like,
what do they do?
I'm not even high enough, huh?
So what do they do there? They just walk around?
They walk around. They dance. Ball dance.
Do they have very specific fairy dances? I mean, is it thematic? Okay.
They did.
All
they
right.
did. So they had 4 chairs behind the ticket concourse up on the stages, and one was the winter elves, the fall elves, the summer and spring elves. So you decide whose team you're on.
What kind of elf you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can go over to that side. They'll teach you your little dance, and everybody.
I'll be a fucking elf on a shelf.
Yeah, that's what Karen said. She goes, "How about just being an elf on a shelf? And you just sit in a corner."
Was there one person that showed up like that, or they take it serious?
No, they took it a little too serious. Yeah, like while they were standing in line, so there's little, selfie. You can take selfie pictures.
Yeah.
And I just hear this girl go, "Oh my God, there's a winter portal." And I'm just like, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, it's called a train. It goes to Utah.
It was too ridiculous. Then the other part is these people kept showing up dressed differently for another event.
Yeah.
And they were all, "Hey, I'm here for the silent disco."
Uh-huh.
And I'm all, "No, that ain't happening."
Uh-huh.
They're all, "Yeah, it's happening tonight." And I go, No. This awesomeness is what's happening. There is no silent disco.
You got your wrong date.
Yeah.
Unless you brought ears.
And so I had to call my boss. I'm all, "People keep showing up for this silent disco. Do you even know what they're talking about?" And he goes, "Yeah, that got canceled.
Oh, wow.
They just didn't tell
But everybody had their
anybody."
headphones on. They didn't know.
This one guy, though,
Their
him and
Bose
his
got
wife,
noise canceling.
they showed up, and it was obvious they were for the disco. And I go, "Silent disco?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." I go, "You don't feel like this is it?" And he goes, "A little bit of a different look."
Yeah.
And then I go, "Yeah, that got canceled." He goes, "All right." And he goes, "Well, good thing we brought our other costumes." He was just kidding.
Oh.
But I was like, that's a good one, buddy.
Have you ever seen a silent disco?
No. So is it
It
what it
sounds
is?
off-
So you just wear
sounds
headphones
weird.
and listen to your
Everyone-
own music,
No. Everyone listens to the same music.
but
Yeah.
it's all in headphones.
Yeah.
But only they can hear the dancing.
Yeah. And so it's so weird to see because everybody's dancing.
Yeah.
But you can't hear the music, but they can.
So it's like those videos on YouTube where they show the live concerts and they take all the music out and then the guy puts just the feet moving and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I love that.
Which is the best thing ever.
I love that.
And the breathing.
Yeah.
Or have you ever seen like it's like Ozzy Osbourne and they have it's like the wrong music. It's just like and everyone's like going crazy. He's like ding 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 ding.
I don't know
And
why.
Ozzy's like,
That's
all
awesome.
right,
That's
rock and
awesome.
roll.
See, simple
That's
pleasure,
pretty-
man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I
love
couldn't
that.
sleep last night, man. I was scrolling through Instagram a little bit.
That'll
and
help.
some like montage of people scaring the shit out of people in their homes.
That's my favorite.
I literally almost had a hernia laughing. I don't know. And I normally don't. I don't know why baby laughed so hard last night. But
This is
dude,
what the internet used to be. This is what hooked us.
yes.
yeah.
For all the madness, we're like, this is so fun. I'm rediscovering everything.
Yeah.
We're sharing this video. This cat is playing the piano, and the next
Right.
thing you know, it's just Armageddon.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was. It caught me as like something like
Yeah, it brought you back.
brought me back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually our family's favorite pastime is scaring each other. Me and my sister have been scaring each other for decades. And my dad, it drove him absolutely insane.
Of course. He's like, there's real scary shit
Yeah.
outside. I'm working really hard to make sure you guys are safe. And you guys are scaring the shit out of each
you
other.
would hear, "Rah!" And then my dad, "Hey, God damn it!
Seriously.
Knock it off!"
Can you imagine?
Which makes you
as an
only laugh
adult?
more.
Yeah, which is just even funnier.
Aaron, can we go to Eric Wendell, please? Oh, my God. This is what it's about. Hanging out. Time to socialize.
Yeah.
Forget
Having some
being on
laughs.
the phone. I'm going through social media withdrawals because I don't want to look at it right now because it'll just make me upset. But I don't know what to do. Like I look at my phone and I go, "Oh, let me check my emails again. Let me check my steps."
I will say with Instagram, you can go pick just out a bunch of crazy shit
I
that
know.
just makes you laugh or it's like weird, and it will live in that zone,
you
and
can-
then you don't have to see.
I've
all
done that
other
before.
shit.
Like when I was getting too upset. This was a while ago. I just started liking tons of skateboarding videos, following tons of skateboarding
Yeah.
videos, cat videos,
Yeah.
follow, and my feed was awesome for a while.
yeah, X will always try to sneak you back in. They'll be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we know you like to see cats meowing. What
Yeah.
about this cat that's murdering another cat? And what about people who murder people? And what about,
Yeah.
right? Like you're like,
Car
no.
crashes.
No, X, nice try.
Yeah, I don't really I don't want to go back, but it calls me. It's an addiction like anything else. Like you want you want it. Like, you want to press that goddamn button.
Well, you're addicted. We all know.
Yeah, no,
It's just-
totally.
Yeah.
But I will say I'm looking at a lot less, which is good.
That's good. So,
But it still calls me.
So, what are you looking at now? You're staring at
The
people,
fucking wall.
the window.
You know what I mean? Like, your brain is so bored with reality. Even television, you're like, I'd really like to look at my phone while I'm watching this really great television show that took so much work and money to make. I'm just going to read some asshole in Ohio bitching about something.
No, don't
you know
do
what I
it.
mean? Don't grab the phone. Watch
Don't
the
do
movie.
it.
Yeah, I just go down UFO rabbit holes.
That's more fun.
You know how? Remember when the internet first came out
Yeah.
and chat rooms? Like the first thing
I
they
didn't
did
even
was like,
bother
here's
with
the
that.
internet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna give you information, and we're gonna allow you to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
And within like 30 seconds, it was all predators and people telling each other to fuck off
Right.
and lying about shit. Like it did not take very long
No.
for us
I
to
was gonna say-
already just litter the internet.
So let's,
right?
I know.
let's keep in mind it was created by the military.
Right.
And so when it did hit that point, somebody went, didn't take long at all, sir.
Just like we do.
Didn't
we
take
know-
long at
Yeah.
all. The hate machine is well on its way.
The dark web is born.
He's all, or somebody went in, just slapped down $100 and goes, you were right.
Yeah,
They're tearing
exactly.
each other apart.
And then there was a
It's
short
pretty
period of time where
incredible.
somebody came in and was like, "We can entertain," and they're like, "That's great." And then after a while, they're like, "Yeah, but it's not as fun as telling someone to fuck
Yeah,
off."
he said, we can entertain. And he walked out and they go, don't worry, this is the devil's
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
This
Let
is
me
gonna
call.
happen.
Let me call Eric and see if he's up.
And all the best technology came from porn.
As
I
usual.
mean, as usual.
Where do you
Yeah.
think we got VHS?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
right.
do you think we got home theater? People
those-
don't want to watch that in the movie
yeah,
theater.
those fuckers know how to innovate.
Yeah. They basically created the way everything moves and looks and
Yeah.
sounds on the web. So you can hate them all you want, but everything that you enjoy that's not them is because of them.
They're fucking efficient.
Great, now I'm horny.
They are efficient. Great. Now.
Yo, what's up? You get the Zoom we're sending?
Oh, no, I was just getting ready to check. I didn't think you guys were going to be early.
Yeah, we're early for once. You up for it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
No, I mean, usually you guys are running behind, so I was
I know.
getting ready to look. Yeah, I'll pull it up right now.
All right.
Little
See ya.
passive aggressive complaining. Well, usually.
Doesn't he look forward to this anymore? What the fuck's wrong with him?
Usually you guys are late, so.
So
I didn't
I
want
thought
to.
he'd be all excited. He'd be ready to go and chit
he's.
chat.
I mean, honestly, he works late, so like, I'm happy he's even up.
He airport? Is that
Yeah,
what he
he
does?
works at the
Okay, so he
airport.
doesn't really do production anymore. He's more of an airport guy.
No,
now.
but he works late
nobody
hours.
does production
Okay.
anymore.
No, you do. I do
A little bit.
a little bit.
We're taping a podcast. I know that much.
Boom! Entertainment, motherfuckers.
I love the new entertainment model. Put it out for free for 15 years.
Yeah.
And then it'll pay off.
It's YouTube.
Then it'll
Everything
happen.
else, if you think about it, I mean, social media has slowed down. It obviously went like Friendster, MySpace, like
Yeah.
all these things, and some of these things were dying out. The one common was always YouTube. Never
YouTube
went away
never.
because if the free content and the billions of people that were putting on content, and YouTube was like, yeah,
Yeah.
let's just keep doing that. Right?
I kind of
Yeah.
love YouTube.
I do too.
There's no reason to not.
Yeah.
And they paid people.
Yeah,
They didn't have to.
yeah,
Right? They
Yeah.
could have just kept ripping everybody off like everybody else would do.
yeah.
But no, they started.
But that's just 'cause you know how
sending
much money
people's
they make.
checks.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh,
we
for
are
sure.
here with Stone Cold Eric Wendell.
There it
Yeah,
is.
that beard.
The beard
There it is.
is going to be the host of this podcast.
Yeah.
It's
soon.
getting better.
That is just glorious, man. Everybody's crazy about a sharp dressed man.
Yeah. I mean, we may get a year from now if you keep growing that. It may just be beard covering that whole screen. There may
was
not be. We
gonna
won't even
say.
know where when to just be a pair of glasses and just a massive beard.
We'll be like, let's check in with the beard.
So, real quick, Wendell, I was waiting for you to come on because this is really important to me. This is near and dear to me that I actually get this out of the way. Matt may not even remember this, but the last time we talked, you said we had to watch the movie Trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember that?
I do remember.
Yeah. Well, here you go. This is. I'm going to go ahead and give this
What
to
is
you.
this, your notes?
I watched the movie
I should have
Trap.
wrote that down. I forgot.
And this is a bill?
That's an invoice for making me watch Trap.
Your time?
Yeah.
All right.
Your-
There's a lot of taxes in this.
Who's this FICA?
All right, we could talk about this.
Okay.
That's pretty great.
Because this movie is terrible.
Yeah. You want to tell everybody how much you're getting billed out?
$44.
No.
Oh, my bad.
There's two line items there.
Yeah, sorry. So I am now charged $44,000 if you round it up. So we're gonna have to dig into the rainy day fund here at the patreon.com/the full charge. I'm in big trouble, folks.
Looks like you're fired. Oh, that's weird.
The whole premise of this movie is like, okay, we know there's a murderer out there, a mass murderer.
Uh-huh.
We found a receipt in one of his dungeons to a Taylor Swift level concert.
So he'll be
in
at
Philadelphia.
the concert.
So we think he might be at the concert.
Right.
Could have been the victims. Could have been his.
Right.
But we think he
Good
might
point.
be.
Good
And so what
point.
we're going to do is we're going to bring the military there essentially and look for everybody that fits the type of not this guy but serial killers. So I guess like white male adults
out of like 40,000 people.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna detain and interview all white males over 35, and then we'll figure out who the murderer is. How?
At a concert?
At a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah, that makes
essentially.
sense.
It's insane.
I mean-
It's crazy, and then the guy just keeps telling lies because he is the murderer. Spoiler alert! You figure it out pretty quickly, right?
Well, they set it up immediately.
Yeah,
they set it
yeah.
up immediately.
And they say they keep giving him credit for being a good liar, and he's the worst liar. Like it's like a lie button. He's like, "Hey, I know what? Let's go get some concessions." He talks like he's mentally impaired the second he starts lying, and then everybody else has every chance in the world to call the police. But instead, they just go on social media and be like, "I'm with the killer." She tells everyone to show up to the address. Everyone except the police. Like, so a bunch of like Taylor Swift fans are going to show up. What are they going to do against this mass murderer? It's the dumbest movie I've ever seen in my life.
The setup, I was already losing my mind just on the setup. You know, here's the thing. We're working the business. I've been trying, you know this, we have tried to write and sell scripts for decades.
Right. Yeah.
And the amount of notes that come back and the amount of criticism any script gets in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Of the hoops you got to jump through and all the boxes you got to check and how it's not original and there's too much exposition and all this shit.
Yeah.
It literally checked off all the boxes of things that would have got your script sent back to you.
Absolutely.
With a pile of dog shit on top of it saying you're not welcome in this business. And I understand he has creative license and freedom because, of the Sixth Sense.
Josh Hartnett.
But
did he write it?
No. It's M. Night.
M. Night Shyamalan. So like he is a legendary director, but he's had problems.
He's got
recently.
2 good movies.
Yeah, but I was losing my mind because the exposition was just they're like, well, no, we don't have time to show this stuff. Just make sure that everything is said out loud.
Right. At a concert
for the first 20 minutes so that
between a dad and a daughter, by the way.
Or I mean, and then somehow or another he's not even like they made him seem like he's like this master serial killer so that he can manipulate the situation he's in.
Right.
But everything was just so like, and then the floor opened up and he was like, well, there's my escape route. Or, hey, this guy really likes me. He's going to take me into the back room where they said nobody can go. And he's going to tell me about the serial killer and all the secrets and that the T-shirt vendor was in on this whole thing.
Yeah.
Knowing what was in on the trap. Yes, the T-shirt vendor was also part of it.
Let's tell this guy.
So hold on. So Josh Hartnett goes up to him. He's buying a T-shirt, and he goes, "Hey, what's going on with all these cops here?"
Well, I'm not supposed to tell you.
And the T-shirt guy, who's not working for anybody but like an independent vendor, goes, "Well, here's what's happening. They're trying to find the butcher." It tells the whole plot of the movie.
Oh, and he goes, "Oh, and we also have secret passwords to make sure that you're not them." He's like, "Really?
What's the password?
Just out of curiosity, would you be able to tell me?" Well, because you're a cool guy.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
tell
like,
you.
"Oh my God, please stop."
And then he goes, "Hey, let's get you that." They were out of stock on this T-shirt. He goes, "Hey, come to the storage closet with me. I'll get you that T-shirt."
That's awesome.
Like in an arena. Like you don't go behind the wall. You don't go past employees only at an arena.
Especially when look, I'm gonna just nobody cares. Let's just blow this fucking movie up to hell because this movie is so ridiculous, and the fact that any professional screeners like professional. Like if you gave that, like if you're like The Wrap, they said, "Oh, it's a pretty good movie." I'm like, "What were you watching?"
Right.
Like, how could you give this a good review? Like, it was so bad because every step along the way was just like, fuck it. Let's just tell everybody what's going to happen.
That's American, though.
Huh?
That's a very American way of making those shitty movies where they tell you everything that's going on.
Oh, it's terrible.
So that you're not confused or you don't think for yourself.
He's like, hey, those girls at school still bullying you? It's like, he seems like he's
in line in front of everybody.
The conversation
that
they have, you think he's like, you think it's a divorced family,
right?
From the questions they're asking, but they all live together. You find out.
You find out later,
and
yeah.
the other craziest part is when the pop star, who again I stress is as big as Taylor Swift,
that turn.
She goes, he like kind of blackmails or whatever and she gets in the limo and they go to his house, even though she knows he's the killer. Like she has a schedule. She's on to fucking Albany tomorrow.
There's
like they're not gonna let this investment, this $1 billion investment, just walk out and go to a stranger's house. There's a fucking schedule and there's insurance and there's all this shit.
Yeah, there's
bodyguards.
Okay, all right.
All
there's
this
like
stuff.
8 people
Thank you for bringing
around
that up.
people like that. They're like, she's not going anywhere.
So here's how messed up that is. This whole thing, like I said, I'm blowing this fucking movie up.
Don't
this
watch
whole
it.
thing, there's no reason to watch it. This whole thing, the whole concert was made up to catch this guy. So everybody that was there supposedly was in on this, right? Meaning FBI agents, like militaristic type of cops and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he says, you're coming, you're going to get me out of here. So just walk me out. For the rest of the movie, she's got security guards and handlers all over the place. All of a sudden, in the movie, it's just the three of them. They're going to walk out past all the police. No, her handlers, nobody's going to come with them in the limo. If she's that popular, we know that those motherfuckers and handlers are like, you're not leaving with my family.
That ain't happening.
And just the driver.
There's always someone 5 feet away like, hey, don't let this dumbass go do dumb shit.
Yeah.
Because we're going to lose money.
But apparently for this movie, everyone just said, yeah, you're good. Fuck it.
It was great. It's infuriating to watch this movie. Wendell, I got to get a review from you. We got a schedule today. But thank you. I think we're giving that 1 star.
We can.
1 ice cream star.
Is it possible? I don't know.
Half
Did you see it, Wendell?
Dude, that doesn't even sound like 1 star.
Did you see that? Oh, you didn't see it.
I forgot. I just wrote it down. I guess I'll check it. I forgot. I forgot about my homework.
If you hate yourself, watch the movie.
Well, don't send me a bill, all right? You're watching this on your own.
Oh, man, I can't wait to get my bill. And
I'm already out $44,000.
Sorry, I took up too much of your time. Sorry about that.
The first red flag for you should have been, before you even watched it, was that Josh Hartnett was in it. Josh Hartnett is in one of the biggest box office bombs ever fucking made. It's called Pearl Harbor, and is a fucking awful disgrace of a movie.
Jesus.
Aside from the fact that it's directed by Michael Bay, one of the biggest hacks in Hollywood.
Wow.
I mean, that tells you everything you need to know about him and his career choices.
I mean, he was also in the Best Picture last year. He was in Oppenheimer.
He was in that other one.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
Did he
fair
hurt
point.
you?
But was it Best Picture because of Josh Hartnett or because of the director and all the other actors?
Listen, I'm trying to work in Hollywood. I'm not trying to tear down the most successful people.
All right, so we can cut that whole thing out then. Now I feel bad.
We're cutting so much out of it.
Cut out the whole
Yeah, he was
I hate
also
trap.
in Penny Dreadful, which was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what actors go through, Wendell. They're
Right.
in this, they're
Every
in
now
that.
and then you're in a stinker.
Okay.
You take the check.
Fine. Just
Cash.
steal my thunder of him being a total bum, I guess.
That
All right.
is, it is not fair. We actually just trash people for 10 minutes, and then we're like, Wendell, stop trashing people.
Yeah,
Please.
so that's all getting cut out. So you want to start over? Well, Wendell, welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What are you reviewing this in the next 4 minutes?
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, did you really want me to review the election like that text, or was that just a
No,
joke, I guess?
no. Everyone's reviewing the election. We don't have any hot takes, I don't think.
Yeah. Oh man, I really wish Cash was right. I don't know what happened. Anyways, I watched a new Dave Bautista movie called The Killer's Game.
Okay.
And I don't think I reviewed this yet. I hope I haven't reviewed
don't
the
know
same
either.
movie twice.
We don't watch this shit.
Anyways, it was really good. It was he plays a serial. No, I'm sorry. Now I'm stuck in a serial killer frame of mind after this whole thing. he plays a hitman, and he's he's kind of a badass fucking hitman, of course,
as opposed to those wimpy, nerdy hitmen.
Right.
Weak hitman.
And here's the thing: like he's very good at his job, and he's thinking, he's like, you know what, I need to take a break. And then he goes to the doctor, and he has like, I forget what it was, some sort of disease that's going to kill him in like a few months.
Okay.
So he's like, all right, fuck this. He takes a contract out on himself.
Okay.
Because he wants the insurance policy. I guess he has an insurance policy. He wants the insurance policy to go to his family. And he's like, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and die on life support slowly and be miserable in a hospital or whatever. I just want someone. I want one of the people I guess I've worked with over the years. Because, somehow all these hitmen are friends with each other. And like,
sure.
I mean, you see these movies.
They go to the Hitman bar.
Bob the Machete guy or whatever. Like, hey, how's it going?
Right.
That fucking...
Yeah, Craig did a Hitman event at Union Station.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But Mike forgot to bring all the Hitman guns.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you can't shoot those inside.
I don't care what this contract says.
Yeah. If you're going to murder somebody, make sure it's out on Alameda.
Yeah.
That's where my...
that's where his line is in the sand.
Yeah, that's where my property line is.
So they're all buddies. These guys are all buddies.
So,
you're on like 2 minutes, man. I'm sorry to limit your time.
Sorry. Yeah, so these guys are... So, in a sense, then he's former friends or colleagues or whatever are now all coming after him. And then, of course, at the last minute, he gets a phone call, and his doctor's like, oh, there was a mix-up at the lab. You're not really dying. So now he's trying to cancel the contract.
Fucking Blue Shield.
It's too late.
He of all people should know, you shouldn't do that because you can't cancel it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He should just go on a lot of hikes and accidentally fall down a fucking cliff.
Look, heroin hotshot, dude.
Yeah.
You wanna fucking go out at the banks, go fucking do a hot load of fucking heroin.
So Wendell, what are we gonna give this movie?
You know what? It's not super original. It's kind of predictable, right? There's a lot of the parts that I was talking about that you've seen in other movies like this.
Mm-hmm.
But it was entertaining. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't. It's an action movie. That's what saves some of these marginal movies, right? It's an action movie. There's lots of excitement. There's lots of ass kicking and beatings and stuff.
Yeah,
and that kind of saves it a little bit.
Yes.
I guess it's not great. I can only give it like maybe 3 ice cream trucks.
What makes a good movie? Something you would hate in real life.
Yeah.
Where is this playing?
Yeah.
Where is this streaming?
I saw it on Prime.
All right.
Yeah, let me double check. I'm pretty sure it was Prime.
We actually got to
Prime.
run. Wendell, thanks so much, man. Thanks for waking up early.
Hey, you're welcome, man. You're welcome.
We got to run and stay positive, man. Call us if you need us.
I'll try, man.
I know it's tough, but hang in there.
It'll be a hard 4 years.
I know. Later. He
All right,
reviewed
peace
the
out,
election.
man.
He did. He got in a review. All right, Aaron, can we get Brennan Tassif? Oh, geez, I forgot to tell you. Can we get Brennan Tassif?
Sorry. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, great. And then if you could have that picture ready as well.
I got it.
I'll cue the picture.
Sure.
Yeah, so you can take out all that trash in the movie. I realize that.
No, I'm not taking that out.
I thought you don't want to make it come off like.
What?
Well, you said you're trying to get into the business. You
I
don't
thought it was
wanna be
entertaining.
bashful.
I thought it was entertaining, and I
It
just
was
don't
a bad
care.
movie. I'm
It's
sorry,
terrible.
But it was a terrible
Most
movie.
of his movies are terrible.
I told you to talk about. I told you to watch it so we could talk about.
Yeah.
Because the plot to me, it's infuriating to watch a movie like that because it just really insults your intelligence.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
But that's I'm saying. I was shocked how many people, like reviewers, actually were like, "Yeah, it wasn't bad." I'm like, "What were you watching?"
Well, the production is amazing. They film at a concert in a
Sure.
stadium.
You know, that's his daughter. That's the singer.
I do know
yeah.
the singer pop star is his daughter.
Yeah.
Who's?
She's, M. Night Shyamalan.
And we have to sit through almost 14 full songs.
Yeah, we have to sit through a lot. Yeah.
So look, and I understand it was not made for us. That's the other thing too. Like just based on the the music,
Sure.
it wasn't made for it. Did you see it, Aaron?
Oh yeah.
Did you like it?
No.
Am I wrong in anything I said?
No, not at all.
Okay, yeah.
There's more. I mean, there's so many layers he missed.
There's so many.
You
just keep going. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Is his daughter an actual singer?
I don't know. I don't know who did the music.
She is now. She.
So that was her music.
Yeah, Little Dragon or something like that.
Let me write an entire movie around your bullshit.
Yeah.
Just everything was too well placed to move the plot. That was driving me insane. Like you talk about insulting your intelligence. Everything is just too easily placed into the and then you're like, okay, stop. Even the they tried to do those twists at the end. You knew it was coming. Every single when she's like, let's just finish the pie. I was like, gee, I wonder if there's going to be anything in the fucking pie that's going to make him
right. It was like everything was all figured out. And they were like, well, might as well eat pie.
And the fact that his wife,
you know what I mean? Like you're confronted. Like say you found out Karen was a murderer.
Yeah.
And you were just like, well, let's eat our dessert before what, the cops came?
But better yet, if you thought Karen was a murderer and you're like, let me call the FBI and set up a concert to see if she really is. Not just have him go in and be interviewed. Let's do this elaborate.
Oh, his wife tipped it off, right? Yeah, so you already know who it is.
That's pretty great.
She's like, I wasn't sure.
Calling the FBI and they're like, why don't we just come to your house?
Yo, Brennan Tassif is here. We're talking about The Trap.
Brennan.
I don't know if you've seen The Trap.
What's up, guys?
Wow, look at that sunshine coming in.
I know, sorry. I was just recording and then I was like, I got to jump on. Maybe let's go.
Cool. Your new street name is Ghost.
So we don't have a lot of time, Brennan, so we'll just do Was I a Dick from me.
Yeah, you had a good one, you said.
We'll you guys will be the judges of that. I'm getting a little nervous, so I know it is good. Was I a Dick is, if you're listening to us for the first time and you never heard this segment, in this case, I'll present a scenario. I'll present my behavior in a certain situation, and then you guys say whether I was a dick or not.
All right.
All right. So it's election day, and my wife's on the phone. She's in New Orleans, and she goes, oh, my God, I got to drive my mom to the polls. She's like, I don't want to drive her there. Like, I don't want to help her vote. Let's just say that. Right?
Okay.
And I go, oh, I've been meaning to send her. Aaron, do you have the picture ready? Please don't show it yet. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to send her something I've been dying to send her. So I wrote her mom, my mother-in-law. You can put it up, Aaron. I wrote, don't forget to vote today. And I send the video of Trump gets caught saying grab her by the pussy because she hates cursing, she hates misogyny, and she claims she doesn't watch the news.
Yeah, dude.
So I sent her that, and she didn't get back to me. And then like 2 days later, when I was in New Orleans, my wife was like, "Did you send my mom a text?" I go, "Oh yeah, that was me." You know, because the way I see it, I didn't say anything crazy.
Right.
All I said was to make sure you vote today.
Right. Hey, man.
So, I mean, you guys can be the verdict, but the real verdict's...
Hey, don't be a fucking hypocrite. So,
there you go.
Yeah, dude, I don't think you're a dick.
But just before we get there, you saw her? Did she ever say a word to you about it?
I didn't see her. I was staying in a hotel.
So you never saw her?
I never saw her.
And she still has not communicated with you with respects to... Did she say something to...
Yeah, my wife said, "Yeah, I think he probably sent that by mistake. It doesn't seem like him."
That's a good way out.
So I'm just letting it ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. If you're not going to
will you, if confronted, will you say, "Yeah, of course, I
yes,
sent that"?
I will. I will definitely
by your mother-in-law.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem saying, "Yes, I sent that because you said you don't watch the news." And you said you hate misogyny, and you said you hate cursing. So I wanted you to be informed. Like, I don't think that's that crazy. I'm not cursing on it. I'm not misogynistic on it.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's so funny that this is the video I chose because do you remember what happened? Billy Bush.
Oh, he's done. He
got fired.
He got cooked
for standing next to what happened.
Yeah.
He did, right?
He got cooked because he laughed.
Right.
Which is when you're in that situation and you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Everybody assumes that somehow or another you're going to be like that.
I would laugh my ass off. Like, wow, you said that shit out loud?
Yeah.
But do you see my point? Like, Billy Bush got in trouble for standing next to it.
He's gone.
And
But
now
nobody else
I
did.
am judged for acknowledging that it exists.
So before we vote on you,
Yeah.
any history of you two going back and forth regarding this guy at all? Did she try to upsell him to you at all at any point previous to you sending that text?
No, she never tried to upsell, but like I stayed with her for a while, and she was always like, it was always an argument in my earshot.
Okay.
And it was always like she was always defending him and continues to defend him. And my wife is on the phone with me a lot talking about it.
Okay.
So I just, no, we
Okay.
don't have it. We previously have not really argued over this.
She knows. Does she know where you stand?
Not officially, no.
But you know where she stands. Okay. By default, you know where she stands. She's
Yeah.
never flat out told you.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, so either way.
Okay.
Either way, I could send it, whether
Yeah.
I know how she stands or not.
I'm just curious. I
Yeah.
want to make sure. I want to know if there was any history that led up to it.
Yeah.
Not a dick.
Brendan?
I get one
You're
not
going
a
no?
dick.
I'd say not a dick. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm as someone who's from the South and has to deal with this on a regular basis. I think the extreme, the video, because it would be by conservative standards seen as extreme. I think that's what's necessary, because if you try to go based on like logic and facts, in my experience with a lot of these people, they just throw it right back in your face. So I think it's necessary to be like, no, this is who that guy is.
Uh-huh.
So I think there was a little hint of dickishness to be like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
also,
without a
I
doubt.
think the intention was like, you can't get through to certain people about this unless you show the extreme.
Right.
So I'm gonna say maybe a little, but not. I'm not giving you a full dick on this one.
All right. I'm already, you can say what you want. I already won this jury.
Oh yeah, no, you're straight up dick, but I support it. So, like Brendan said, this is special circumstances.
Sure.
So in special circumstances, you can be a dick and also not be a dick. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I feel like you get one.
Yeah.
I feel like you
Yeah.
get one gray area dick
Yeah.
to the point of I didn't say anything nasty, and I feel like you get one. Now, if I did this to her every day,
Right.
that's fucked up.
Well, it's also psychotic.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Then you would be.
But this
Right.
is one time, and it just really is everything she claims to be against.
Now, it will be interesting if it ever does. Like it's in a holding pattern right now.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be a day just somewhere in the future. It's just going to pop up someday. She's going to be like,
Probably-
yeah. She's just holding on
probably
to
not.
it.
Yeah, of course.
You think so?
It's family. We hold on to everything.
2 drinks of wine
Oh,
later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
blah, blah, blah.
this is ultimately not good, and I wouldn't send it again.
Yeah. Well, my
But it is one of those
in-laws-
things, because I end up in this situation a lot. I think same as you, Matt, just because there are people in my life who are, more conservative and more religious. And then it's just, like I said, you can't get through to them.
Yeah.
And so like, I've even asked my aunt before, who was also in that kind of world, where I'm like, but he doesn't like women. Like, how? I don't understand why you would vote for someone. And I literally at that moment went like, who said the thing about grabbing women?
Yeah.
And she was just like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I was like, no,
Well,
I don't.
I don't know if these people you're talking about are Catholic. Catholic especially, there's always at least one thing you don't go along with when you're Catholic. And you go,
Yeah.
oh, that doesn't apply to me. You know what I mean? Or this doesn't apply to this situation. There's a lot of rationalizing when you're a Catholic. Like all these Catholics, they all voted conservative. They're all Catholic. They've all had premarital sex.
Yeah.
They've all
True.
they all get on the internet
Yeah.
and say horrible things to each other. So it's all like justified and all this stuff. I don't know. This is too big a fish to fry for the day, but I feel victorious.
You were.
And
Even if you got called, even if you were considered being a dick, it's a win dick.
yeah,
Dick win.
yeah.
Dick win, win dick.
It's a
I don't
dick
know.
yeah.
win.
And this
Dick
country
win.
is all about dick wins.
That's right.
And I finally got my
Don't I
piece
know
of
it,
the
you
pie.
got your
guys?
dick
Don't I
win.
know it?
Brennan, I love you, buddy. It's great to see you. I'm sorry we don't have
It's
much
great
time.
to see you guys.
I hope you're doing well. Hit me up anytime. All right.
Absolutely. I'll see you guys in January, baby.
Yeah, Brennan's coming to town.
Oh, okay.
Exciting.
Word.
Thanks for listening to the Full Charge Power Hour. And that's it. Thanks for supporting us. Patreon.com. We do appreciate the support. Thanks for checking in with us, and we're out of here.
Word.